Hello YouTube, this is Joeygigas with my first ever narrated Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. And I've also got a new format on the go as well, where I have this sidebar on the left where you can see my team and the opponent's team. And there's a little gap down there at the bottom because I eventually hope to get like a FaceTime image in there. So I'll try and work on that for the next video, I guess. And also the reason I show both teams from the beginning is just because that's the way I feel it should be. Like when you're watching a video, you should be looking at it from the perspective of like the uploader, and of course that's what they see on the team preview, so that's why I do that. But anyway, onto the match. It was an OU match I had on the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, and I didn't bring Joeygigas like in the last video, so I guess this guy had a chance. But no, it was pretty close. Could have gone either way towards the final like minute or two, and it was pretty interesting. So I hope you enjoy it. So my opponent decides to lead off with a Salamence called Flygon, so that tells me that it's scarfed because, you know, all Flygon are scarfed. So, you know, it's kind of bad to give, like, names which give away your sets. But, you know, I guess that's up to him. And it would be a good trick, actually, like if you had a Dragon Mence or something. But anyway, I went into my own Mence to dodge his Earthquake. So that's cool, and I went for Fire Blast, and I really wanted to catch Fortress on the switch. Because that would have been a massive kill early on to kill that thing and eliminate his entry hazards from play early on. But he makes the right play, I guess, and goes into Ninetales, sets up his Sun relatively early on, so it's going to be quite annoying for me. But, however, that does give me the opportunity to bring in Heatran, which totally walls Ninetales with Flash Fire and stuff, and immunity to Toxic, so I managed to get up Rocks early on. And that's great, so I've got a kind of an advantage with the entry hazards, and I'm not feeling too intimidated by his Sun team. And if you look at his team down there, you can see he's got Dragonite, Salamence, Ninetales, all of those are weak to Stealth Rock. And I managed to get up another set of entry hazards here in the form of Spikes. But this time, he's got his Heatran in against my Ferrothorn, which means he's finally going to be able to get up the Stealth Rocks of his own. So, not much interesting happening in like the early parts of the match. Just a lot of defensive switching, trying to get. No one's making any huge predictions. No one's trying to be really aggressive at this point. It's just a lot of defensive play. But here he decides to bring in his Fortress on my Jellicent as I Will-O-Wisp because he had to switch out with his Heatran really. Unfortunately, I didn't catch anything better like his Dragonite or Salamence. But anyway, he brings in the Fortress, and I taunt it to stop it doing anything really, setting up spikes or rapid spinning, even though he couldn't have done that because I'm a ghost. Never mind. So yeah, I'm getting some residual damage on him. Burn's the best I can do, seeing as I don't have Toxic on this team. Not that Toxic would affect Ferrothorn anyway. But yeah, I rack up a lot of damage on his Ferrothorn there, just from like Surfs and Burns and stuff like that. Until he Volt switches out. So that was a weird switch in from him. He didn't really accomplish anything with Fortress there, unless he was trying to lose half his health. So he Volt switches out into Venusaur, and I stayed in and tried to Will-O-Wisp, predicting a Swords Dance. But unfortunately he Sleep Powders. So, that really sucks. So I have to go out into Heatran now. And that allows him to do the Swords Dance this turn. So I had the right idea, I guess. He just did the wrong move at the wrong time, and now I decide that I pretty much have to leave my Heatran in because I don't want anything taking a Swords Dance Venusaur move, really. So that's unfortunate. I guess I got up Stealth Rocks with Heatran, but he definitely could have helped me more in the game. But his death does allow me to bring in Ferrothorn, who walls the Venusaur quite well, and look at how well he takes this Earthquake. Swords Dance, that's pretty good. And then I go for a Gyro Ball, and I thought this should definitely kill. Venusaur's super fast in the sun, but it actually does. So I was thinking to myself that it would, but then when it actually did, I was just still quite surprised because I don't know, Gyro Ball just never really works out for me, but it did then, so that was pretty good. And he does bring in his Fortress, hoping to get a Rapid Spin off, but I make a good play here and go into my Ghost type to block it. Here I'm just going to leave Jellicent in. Try and wake up, I guess, but I'm not too bothered. I'm happy to just let it die now that his sleep user's gone and I don't need it for sleep fodder. But yeah, this does turn out to be quite a good opportunity to try and get it to wake up. So that's what I'm going for here. So I was hoping to wake up after he gets up one layer of spikes and maybe stop his second layer or third layer. But I don't manage to stop the second layer, so that goes there. And I don't think I wake up here either. Let's see. Maybe I... No, I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. But he makes a weird play and goes for the vault switch, which is just unusual. I guess he was maybe predicting me to wake up, but you shouldn't really do that. So he vault switches. I definitely would have gone for the third layer of spikes. That did negligible damage to Jellicent, and now I've grayed out his fortress because that thing is dead on stealth rock re-entry. So, yeah. So that was sort of weird. But anyway, he uses the vault switch to go into his nine tails, and I sped this part up a lot because there's sort of a recovery and solar beam war with nine tails and Jellicent, and I think I'm gonna win. So I'm pretty pleased with how it's going for me. But then he will-o-wisps me, and I didn't think that would give him the advantage that it did, but it does. You can see that his solar beam takes me down to way below half after the will-o-wisp happened. So yeah, that was a mistake, I guess. I should have switched out when I was on full health, maybe into Salamence. That would have been a nice switch. But yeah, definitely made a big mistake there. And I'm just going to be able to revenge kill his Ninetales now with Steve the Staraptor. Staraptor is really good, by the way. Choice banded, obviously. You're not going to surprise everyone. Everyone knows what's coming with when they see a Staraptor. It's going to be choiced, but he still gets tons of kills. So he's going to bring in his obviously scarfed Salamence again. And I think I decided that the only thing that I could switch in there was Ferrothorn, which could take a hit. And I thought that would be too obvious and that we'd probably go for a Fire Blast. But that was a bad play. Steve the Staraptor died. So, yeah, really questioning that now. But anyway, I bring in my Ferrothorn after the Staraptor dies and manage to wall him out. He makes the right play and realizes that he's not doing enough damage here. So he switches whilst I protect. So a lot of people would have just tried to Dragon Claw there. But, you know, that was a good play. And it's going to force me to switch. But, yeah, again, for like the billionth time in the match, I decide that I have to leave him out to die. I just really don't care about my Pokemon, it seems. Now, I'm leaving a lot of Pokemon out to die, so Ferrothorn is next on the list, and I think that was the right move. Gengar obviously couldn't take anything, and I wanted to bring in. Didn't want to Salamence with the Stealth Rocks to take any more damage than he needed to. So here's when the match starts to get interesting, in this 2-on-3 situation with Gengar and Mence versus his three guys. And I thought I had the match wrapped up here, thanks to my sub-disable Dennis the Gengar. Sub-disable set is a brilliant set. But anyway, not talking about how great my sets are, I decided to disable his Lava Plume, and that is absolutely perfect. That means I can just sub, his Heatran can do nothing, because these things only ever carry one attack usually, and, you know, I'm immune to Toxic and stuff. But he has the Roar. That's like the one move that could have saved the game for him, and he had it. So that rolls me out into Salamence, and obviously my Salamence is useless against his Heatran at this point because he just protects. So my Choice Scarf Mence, he'll just see what move I'm using and then use the other, like make an appropriate switch. So I realise I've still got a small chance if I can get back into Gengar and try and hit him with a Focus Blast, but he makes all the right moves, rolls at all the right time, Lava Plumes at the right time, and yeah, because of his good play and his Roar, he manages to kill off Gengar, and obviously Salamence will be easy for him. So that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty cool towards the end there. Yeah, you can see I have to go for Outrage here because that's the only thing that I can hit all his guys with. But yeah, he finishes me off, so I hope you enjoyed that game. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.